Yo, 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 YouTube. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us at the Dollar Box. We've got a great show today. We have quite a bit of sales from yesterday. The stacks are just unbelievable every day, which is good. Considering this big announcement here, I'm sure most of you have figured it out through this latest video series style, the way I'm doing it and the time I'm putting into it. But I am now doing this full time. I started about a month ago. I didn't want to say anything right away because I just kind of wanted to give it some time and see if that was going to work out or if I needed to look for something else in the job market. But first month in, things are great. Sales are going well. Listings keep happening. I was over 31,000 listings yesterday. That has dropped under 31,000. It's just a never ending chase. But that's okay because that means I'm making good sales. I definitely have a good handle on what sells, what doesn't, profit margins, things like that. I've been doing this for a while. Basically, was working 2 full-time jobs, which could not continue. I do have a child, I've got a dog, I've got a house, I've got a wife, there's enough going on, other activities. I have enough going on that I don't want to spend all my time working. And this was the field that I chose to stay in. So I'm going to continue working at it and growing it, hopefully. So I really appreciate all of you joining me here. It really helps my journey, having the viewers in the channel and things like that to keep it motivated. What I really wanted to focus on today was what is the hard things to do when selling low-end sports cards. And I would say number one is listing and shipping. Sounds obvious, but those are the two mainstays of running the business, and it's just constant. There's constant pressure of things to list. I constantly have, stacks and stacks and stacks of stuff on my desk that I got to get to, and monster boxes full of cards to list. And having product to list is not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That means that you have future income. You just have to get onto the website. But yeah, it's a constant flow of ins and outs. And again, having a bunch of outs, that's also good because that's where you actually get the money. So I've been doing this for a month now, full time, and I've paid my first mortgage payment and some other bills using income just from selling cards. And it felt really good to be justified in the fact that I can do this and maintain my lifestyle. Now I do have some other advantages. My wife works. She has good benefits, the health insurance, all that stuff. So I'm extremely fortunate in the position I'm in. But it does allow me to now pursue something where I can create my own income, make my own growth, work from home, all those things that I was really looking for. So, but anyway, let's get back to the sales. Let's look at the first card here. First one is a Mel Branch 1960 Fleer. This was one of my favorite vintage sets. Fleer was not as printed as Topps, but I think they look really nice. The card stock they used was nice, so a lot of these are in pretty decent shape. Centering is always an issue, just like any vintage card, but they sell well, and I like to hold some of this in stock whenever I get a chance to buy some at a good price. And this card sold for $7.99. But yeah, I think there's a couple things that are very difficult in selling low-end cards. One, you got to find buyers, and it's a competitive area. There are lots of sellers who are selling $2 cards. So I think you have to kind of find some niches in there. You got to find some things that nobody else is listing. You got to be able to list and price things quickly and accurately. You got to be willing to accept offers, make bulk deals, things like that. Those are all important as well. That's all going to help in the part of getting sales and keep maintaining a profit margin. Next card here is not even really a card. This is a Brett Favre comic strip out of 2004 Bazooka. One of those kind of little nichey, inserty things. Doesn't even have anything on the back. Love these. I buy them whenever I can at the right price, of course. And this one sold for $7.99. So you have to constantly work on your inventory. The market changes a bit. It's not quite as fluctuatory as fluctuatory. Is that a word? I don't know. It's not. It doesn't fluctuate quite as much as like mid to high end, and I don't do a ton of current player stuff. I do a lot of Hall of Famers and retired. That stuff stays pretty solid over time. And I'm not looking for the next thing to go up in price. I'm looking for the thing that's underpriced. There's a big difference there. So let's say you have a card that markets right now at $5. You pay $5 for it, hoping it goes up to $10. Don't do a lot of that. The prospecting side. I do a lot of this card sells for $5. I can get it for 50 cents. I'll sell it for the $5. That's basically what I um, try to do when I'm looking at buying and reselling. These, I sold a couple of Jeters. These came out of a Jeter lot. These are the same card, but not. This is the base version, which is just the regular foil on the bottom. And then this is the hollow foil version. You kind of see how it's got some refractor properties to it there. I sold both of these to a buyer. I got them both in one lot. Sold them both to a buyer for $7. So nice little sale there. And these two are a little bit thicker than like say a Topps base card or something. So I'm going to try to find a little bit thicker holder here that these will fit into. And I got one right here. So get those in there back to back, tape them up, and get them shipped out for 63 cents shipping. So those are probably the biggest things that make me nervous every day now that I'm doing this full time. Just making sure that I can constantly source inventory and that I definitely get sales on that inventory. Getting less and less concerned on the sales because I get plenty every day, it seems, for quite a period of time now, consistently. And same thing with buying stuff. I can always go to eBay. I know what to look for in lots. I have plenty of card shows around here and more time to get out and do some of that. I can search for uh, inventory online any time of the day. It doesn't have to just be off of work hours and that kind of thing. Same with entertaining offers and sending offers. I can do that all day long now, which is definitely going to help. In fact, I just got an offer in for a 1967 Philadelphia Gum Falcons team card. So I'll be looking at that as soon as this video is over. So the next sale here is I got two Topps Gold label Shacks, Class 1. And these two sold together for $10. So that was a nice sale. I don't know if I've got one thick enough for these two. These are definitely thicker. If you know Topps Gold label, these might go in these are going to go in a card saver. I can send them both for 63 cents inside a card saver. So that's what we're going to do here. Just get them stacked on top of each other real nice. Get them in the bigger top card saver and put a little tape across the top, ship them out. But as far as like just selling the cards, I would say that the listing and the shipping is the constant, have to stay on top of it kind of thing. All yesterday I pretty much decided I was just going to list things. Sold this Derek Thomas 93 wildcard base card for $1.50. I was basically just going to list all day, and that's basically what I did. I listed for about 4 or 5 hours. I got well over 31,000 listings. I was really happy with that. And then they started selling a bunch of it. All right, so we'll get this Derek Thomas label printed up here. Of course, that's just a regular simple base card, so it's going to be 63-cent mailing. Yeah, the listing and shipping, obviously number one, and then I would say sourcing and making sure you have enough. You have inventory to list. I don't know that that's really hard, but it does feel like I gotta buy stuff. I gotta buy stuff. I gotta buy stuff. At least I feel that way pretty regularly, and that's just something you have to constantly deal with. All right, so we've got that one done. Now the great benefits of it, like I said, you can write your own schedule. You also can control your own income level. This is a really good sale here. I sold this $19.99 Finest Refractor Farv, and this I've been holding out for good money on this one for a while. This is 2004 Topps Chrome Draft Picks, the gold refractor. It's not numbered or anything. It doesn't even say refractor on the back, but you don't see these come up very often, so I knew it was pretty rare. I got it really cheap back when I think people weren't really looking at these cards, because this is from Topps Draft Picks and Prospects. It's not Chrome, Topps Chrome or Finest. And I got it really cheap. I think I paid like $3 or $4 for it. But anyway, I sold these two for $53. So that's a really nice sale. And that will have to go in a padded envelope because it's over 20 bucks. I did take best offer on both of them, but that's a smart choice on my part because this is going to cost me more to ship. Obviously, you can't ship it in an envelope. Each one would have cost me more, so it was nice that I can now ship both of these together for the cost of one padded envelope shipping. All right, so maybe I'll just top load each one of these separately, and then I'll pack them in that way. I think that might be the best to keep them nice and secured. And I'll put them inside a team bag as well. So the Finest just goes in a regular top load. The Draft Picks Chromes are a little thicker, so those had to go in a little bit thicker top load. All right, so that looks nice. We'll get them, just put them together here. We'll get a business card, team bag it together just to keep them nice and together. And then those can go right inside the bubble mailer. It's got our little packet here. And those will be good and safe. Ship out. So these actually we'll just put in sideways, and then I'll fold this in half, give it some extra padding, pull the strap. There we go. So that'll end up shipping at 3 cents package, or it's 3 cents, 3-ounce package. All right, let's see. What else is difficult about selling low-end cards? Well, they're not flashy. You have to do it in quantity sometimes to make a bit of profit. You'll see that in a bit here. I have a pretty big Farv order that I took some lower offers on. It's a bunch of base card stuff, a couple of low-end inserts and stuff, but that's smart for me to accept because selling the quantity, I can maintain the profits that way by not having to pay the extra transaction fees and shipping supplies for that matter. All right, next I've got a 1998, no, it's got to be 99, he was a rookie, 1999 Pacific Revolution base card. I think I got this out of a quarter box, either at the National or at a show in Appleton. But I sold that for $3. It's a decent return on that one there. And you have to constantly work the margins. You have to, well, I paid a quarter. What's the lowest price I can take on this and still make something? I think that sometimes is a challenge as well, depending on what it is that you bought. Okay, so we're going to get the 63-cent label printed up for that Randy Moss card. I have a couple of other, well, you'll see as we go through, I have a couple of other bigger cards that'll need to be put into bubble mailers. So we're going to use a little bit of a chunk of bubble mailers today, which is okay. Now it's the first of the month, so my 500 free auctions has reloaded today. So I'm going to try to do that. I don't know that I'll have a chance to do that today with taking a little bit of the afternoon off here to go do some things with my spouse. But maybe I will be able to do that tomorrow morning or Sunday. That's the beauty of those auction listings. You have them for free for the entire month. It's not like you have to do them on the first day of the month. So I don't feel that as big a pressure, but I basically use those. I don't list things that I make 500 sales on for sure, but I'm okay with that. I just need to sell a few of those, hopefully 50 to 60 of them, so that pays my monthly eBay expenses, because the store costs you $60 a month to have. So I hope I sell 60 of those or so. Hopefully a bunch, multiples to one buyer. And then that pays my eBay store fee for the month, so that I don't have to try to figure that into taking it out of any of my profits. All right, we have to reprint this label. I'm going to do that real quick. Sometimes when I get to the end of the fan fold of labels, I only have like 4 or 5 left on this spool here. Sometimes labels don't print very well, so you have to have a little patience with that and let it kind of work itself out. This one didn't print that well, but enough for what I'm trying to do here. Alright, so let's take this out. That there. I don't let that feed in. And then I'm going to push the button. Yeah, and I only have a couple left. So, just going to feed this in. Okay, let's go to... Alright, the next one we've got here is this Upper Deck Michael Jordan All-Star. This is from 94, 93, 93, 94 Upper Deck. Just a base card, essentially. Got $4 for that one. I'm running extremely low on Shaq and Jordan stuff, so that's one of the things I'm really going to be looking for tomorrow. Might even have to buy some lots online to try to refill my low-end Jordan and Shaq stuff. Such a great sell if I can get, I don't even care really what the Jordan cards are. There's such a big demand market for him, and I can get $5 for simple base cards. I'll, pay $1, $1.50 a card if I can get some decent good size lots for him. Next one is this 2021 Illusions insert, this acetate insert, the Shining Stars insert for Brady, and I sold that for $6. So nice sale on that one. Yeah, and then just constant, because you're selling quantity and you're buying quantity, there's just constant traffic on your eBay messaging and offers and things like that. You have to constantly reply to people and deal with the customer service side. Now I have my automatic feedbacks turned on, so feedback is left as soon as someone pays. So I don't really deal with that. I have offers turned on everything, so I can send offers. People can send me offers. I don't really search through listings that way. I just sort of look at that. You do it right in the app. Just look at the current traffic for my listings. As soon as somebody follows something, I make sure I go in and should be this side, yeah. Make sure I can go in and send them an offer. If they're subscribed to a listing or watching a listing, I should say. All right, the next one is this Cam Chancellor jersey card. So I did a video on this, but I bought a nice little collection from a viewer on Saturday at the card show. Paid $85 for the entire collection, which was a really nice price. There's some nice stuff in there, jersey cards, things like that, autos. And so that was my main focus for listing yesterday. All right, so that Cam Chancellor, I sold that for $5. So I'm print the label out for that one. And I'm down to using a bunch of single labels. So it's kind of fun. I can show this on the video, but I use these giant fan fold packs of labels. I try to buy them on Amazon whenever I've got like a coupon code or something. I'll buy whatever quantity they'll give me the best deal on, essentially. This last time it happened to be a quantity of 2,000, I think, which is like a lot bigger than I normally buy, but I'll definitely go through them, obviously. And anyway, so what happens is I get some misprints throughout, the run of that pack. I just kind of throw them aside, and then I just print on single labels when I'm finishing out that pack before I start a new one. Try to get as little waste as possible. Most packs I will have maybe 2 or 3 labels that don't print very well. Usually the first or second one out of the pack prints kind of light. And then I might have 1 or 2 that kind of gets caught in the machine. The sticker peels up and it gets stuck in the machine, something like that, where that label is no good. As a matter of fact, I had one today. Let's see it here. Here's one where the sticker kind of peeled on it and it got stuck inside the machine, and I just really can't use that label anymore. So you do have, yes, they're a penny and a half a piece or whatever I end up getting them for when I get the nice coupon deals. But you have like 3 or 4 cent loss essentially in each pack due to things that don't print. Okay, so I'll put the next single label in, let the machine feed it, and we'll get on to our next order. So the next one is this Sean Taylor. I was really excited to get this. Unfortunate, tragic story. He was a heck of a player. He was a wide receiver, I think, if I remember correctly. Sacks. Oh no, he was a defensive player. Maybe he was I don't know. Anyway, he was really good. Made a couple Pro Bowls, from what I understand about him. But then he was tragically shot in a home burglary when he was only 24 years old, and he didn't make it. So it doesn't have a ton of cards out there. And then this one's really cool. It's encased. It's the Bowman Gold rookie, so it's numbered out of 165. And I sold this for enough to pay for the entire lot that I bought. So I got $85 for this card. So I was very pleased with that. I held out because I listed it at $100. I really wanted 85, and I had got a bunch of $25 offers and then a couple $60 offers. Like, you could tell there was heat on it, that people wanted it. But I just couldn't quite get to that $85 price. And then I had somebody offer me 60 or 65, I think, and I went back and I said lowest I'll take is 85, and they bought it at 85. So worked out for me. I just wanted to be able to pay for the lot that I bought with one card. I thought that was pretty cool. So, and I ended up with like 900,000 cards, something like that, in that deal. So lots of stuff to make money on. So lots of jersey cards, autograph cards, and you'll see I sold a bunch of those as well. So make good money on this lot for sure. I'm gonna weigh this one just in case, since it's in the magnetic, just to make sure that 3 ounces will cover the shipping. Weigh this one. I think we're still going to be under 3 ounces. 2.2. So plenty to ship it for the regular Ground Advantage 3 ounce rate. So I'll be doing that. And that comes out to $3.97 to ship. So not too bad. The other nice thing about when you list something and it turns around and sells right away, I didn't promote this. So I don't owe any eBay any promoting money for the sales. So sometimes I'll accept a little bit less upfront, or at least be encouraged to take a sale right away, because I don't have to pay 10, 15, whatever, 10%, 12%, whatever it's going to end up being to eBay to promote and get a sale. So that saves me, $8.50 on a card like that. So that's pretty good money to try to make the deal yourself and get your own sale on it. All right, the next one is a 2007 SP Authentic Tom Brady base card. I got $3.50 on that one. And that one did sell via promotion, so I'm about half and half in this stack of things that sold via promoted listings and things that sold organically through my own sales. Whether it be a repeat customer or there's a card I just listed that somebody bought, that kind of thing. All right, so it's just a single card here. We'll get this 63-cent label printed up. Now, there are some things that make selling cards a lot easier when you're doing low-end sports cards. I don't really have to go out and find buyers for the most part. If you're selling bigger cards, you have to go and let's say you got a $10,000 card you want to sell. You got to find somebody who wants that, especially if that's your only card to sell. You need sales on that. You can't move on. You want income off of that card to be able to do your next transaction, or if you need profit off of it to pay bills or whatever the case may be. I don't really have to do that. I just kind of list the stuff and then things get bought as time goes on. And I do use the promoted listings through eBay, so they're kind of my commission agent, my listing agent. All right, next thing is another one out of that lot, this Montez Sweat Pink Prism Auto. It's not numbered or anything. I got $4 for that one. The nice thing with that collection is most of the cards came top-loaded and stuff, so no supplies for me. Just got to print a label and put it in an envelope. But again, did not have to promote this one. I just listed it yesterday, so it was really nice to just get organic sales out of a lot of that and not have to pay any more than just my regular eBay final sale fee. So that's where, promoted listings, everybody talks about, well, I don't want to pay too much, and they're doing this and they're doing that. Those are intended to help you sell things that maybe don't have quite as good a sales market. That's the way I look at it. So when I'm listing a bunch of like base Ricky Henderson cards or something, I want to promote those because there isn't going to be like a big hot hopping market for that. I want to make sure that I can, find a buyer for my card. Next is, I pulled this out of a box. I bought a blaster of this Bowman Platinum. It was half price at Walmart, $17. So I thought, why not? Got a nice Otani parallel that I sold already out of it. I got this Anthony Volpe insert that I sold for $4. So yeah, you promoted sale. You don't need to promote your item as soon as you list it. That's something that you can do as some time goes on and you're having some trouble finding a buyer for a card. Then you want to promote it so that eBay can help you find a buyer. That's how I use it anyway. All right, 63-cent label for that sale. Okay, and this one's weird. The sticker is kind of off the paper funny. Maybe that's why I had that one ended up being a single because it had trouble getting through the machine. I don't know. But you can see here, just feeding in single labels works great too. You don't have to have, if you tear it off as a single label, it's not all lost. You can still use that label printing later on. All right, I sold a Lin Dan Mini, and I got a nice comment from the customer on this one. He wants it shipped in a top load, which I use. I think that comment refers to there's a lot of sellers that don't use top loads, but for what I have garnered from messages and talking to customers, that's what they want their cards shipped in. That's why I use top loads. But anyway, that's what he wants. He wants it top loaded. I'll tape it, of course, and then I'll send it in an envelope to him. So he'll be happy. He's receiving it as he wants to receive it. Oh, and that sold for, I should have checked. Let's see. Well, you'll see on the screen there what it's sold for as I put the eBay listing on there. All right. So what do you think is the hardest thing about selling low-end sports cards? I think there's also kind of a stigma with it, which I like stigmas because that means people aren't looking at you or looking at your business model, and you can kind of fly under the radar and be successful without everybody jumping on the boat at the same time. Um, but I think there's those, nobody wants those cards, and you got to do all that work, and you don't make any money, and blah 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 blah, and people can't see volumes and things like that. Speaking of volumes, this is a Favre order I got. He actually placed it in 2 different orders. There's a bunch of like just early 90s base card stuff here, and then there's a few like lower end inserts as well that I accepted some offers on. So I got to send these out to the customer. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make my top load packets, my sandwiches, top load sandwiches. That's my intention for getting this one done. So I might have to do 4 of these because these are pretty thick. So let's do this one in a top load. I try to pick like foil cards and the slightly more expensive cards to be the ones to go in the top load. So like this Gold Zone one, I'll put in a top load. And this silver foil Monday Night Football. It's kind of nice too. It's going to give me a bunch of sleeves back because all these individually sleeved cards, I can take the sleeves out of, take them out of the sleeves. We use those for shipping some other stuff. Supplies are key. You got to make sure you don't waste a bunch of your money on your supplies. They're important. You need good supplies. You want to always have supplies. But they are the thing that is a constant expense. You want to watch that doesn't eat into your profits, especially when you're making some smaller profits on some cards. Okay, so we've got a nice little stack there of those, and I think these are going to be too thick to put in a single sleeve, so I might have to make a second packet. So he's going to end up getting 4 top load sandwiches. A little bit of extra work when you sell the larger quantities, but you save so much on the shipping and the transaction fees and all that, which matters so much when you're doing low end, that you want those sales. Okay, so I've got that one. This packet's ready to go. And I've got one more packet I got to put together here. So put this one in a sleeve, and I'll put these 2 in a sleeve, I guess. Or in the top loads. Oh, I have top loads. I have 2 cards top loaded. These just need to come out and go into a big sleeve, and then we are good to go. So I gained a ton of sleeves out of that too, back by not having to sleeve all these individually. Right, there we go. So that's going to be our other packet. And get that one taped up. I like to, when I'm doing the packets, I like to tape all 4 sides just because I don't want those just sleeved cards in the middle. I don't want them sliding out the side. So you're going to use a little bit extra tape, but that's okay too. Tape is cheap, especially when you just buy the masking tape and not the painter's tape. Painter's tape stuff is super overrated. It's just masking tape that's blue. So why pay the $3 a roll for the painter's tape? I pay like $1.39 or something for this roll. It's way cheap, and it lasts me a good 3 or 4 months. So I don't really skimp on the tape. I want to use it for security, but I don't want to spend a fortune on it either. All right, so there's my 4 sandwiches. So I'll bag each one of those up. I have to get some more team bags this next go around. I used to not have to buy any of these. I was actually throwing a bunch of them out, which now in hindsight seems like that wasn't a great idea. But I was buying so many lots and stuff on eBay that, everything was coming in these team bags and I just didn't need them. But now it's the opposite. I'm packing this stuff up and sending it out, so I need the team bags to send my orders out. But anyway, the way I do these is I put them in upside down. I think I talked about that in the past. I just want as much protection for that top side entry as possible. I'll put a business card in one of the packets so that I have that going out. And then you just seal them in there. Pretty simple. And then I'll do, when I get them to the bubble mailer, I will do 2 packets on each side of the bubble mailer. Show you that in a second here. I'm sure I've shown all this before, but since we're in the middle of it, might as well go over it again. But so I'll have 2 packets on this side and 2 packets on this side, and then I fold it over. Nice and secure. Good value for the shipping. I don't pay anything for the envelopes, so it's actually even cheaper for me, like envelope wise, to ship these, because these cost me nothing and these cost me like a penny and a half or 1.8 cents or whatever the heck it is from Walmart now, because they've raised the prices. They're like $1.96 or 97 cents, I think, for a 100 count box. Is it 100 you get in there? Yeah, 100 envelopes. So that's like a 1.9 cents for one of those. All right, we got to move our cards on our scale here. I definitely have to weigh this one. This one is 6 ounces. Let me do it one more time just to make sure it was right. 6.6 ounces we've got on this one. Let me see if the sticker puts it over. Nope, 6 ounces. So that's what we're going with. If it was 6.1, I think it would actually raise the price of the shipping. So I'm glad that it stayed at 6 ounces. Okay, and those 2 orders, what did I make on those orders? One was $19, and the other lot, because like I said, it's sold in 2 lots. The other lot was $29.50, so $50 basically on all those. So nice base Farv sale for that for sure. So now it's your turn. What do you find hard about selling low-end sports card, or what questions do you have about selling low-end sports cards that I could potentially help with, hopefully. Next sale is a 2009 Topps Mickey Mantle, card number 652. It's an SP short print. And then 2000, oh no, this is 2009 Topps. This is 2010 Topps. 2009 Topps SP. Anyway, sold both of those to one buyer. Paid $350 for one and $4 for the other. So these are just plain old base Topps cards, so you can slap a couple of those together and put them into one top load there. Easy enough. All right, get a piece of tape on there, 63-cent label, of course. And we're down to the single labels. I have one left after this, and then we've got to open a new pack of fan fold labels and start that into the machine. If you have labels that come out that are not, damaged or printed on or whatever, you can, don't throw them away, reuse those. So like I said, I always end up with like half dozen or so, maybe a few more than that even. I guess I could run it back and feed them back through and blah, blah, blah. I guess I could do all that. But I look at it as it's just as easy to just tear that off. I'll hold on to it at the end, and then I just run them through individually when I get to the end of the pack. What I feel like are the challenges in selling low-end sports cards, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Next one is this Yo MTV Raps Black Sheep. One of my favorite rap groups back in at that time. I remember buying a Black Sheep CD. I remember printing up the 63-cent label for the Yo MTV Raps cards. Alright, next sale is a Jim Edmonds 1993 Topps Coming Attractions card. Considered a rookie card, I think. $3. That was just something I had laying in my bin for a long time, so don't really have any money into it. I'm glad it sold. Use that money to do some other things with, so on. And that's part of it too. One of the things I love about selling low-end cards, there's a lot of cards that sell that I just wouldn't think would normally sell, and it's awesome because you don't have any attachment to the card, you made a little money on it, and it makes it easy to put some money into some other things that you know will do better. Here's another one from that lot I bought. It's a Jerry Judy Elite Gold Laser, I think it's called. I don't know. It's numbered at a 5, so it's super low numbered. I think you can see that there. 2 of 5. And I got $15 for that one, so that was a nice sale out of that. So between this one and that Sean Taylor card, I got $100 out of just those 2 cards. All right, then we got one left. We changed our roll of labels, so we're good to go there. We're pretty much out of masking tape, so I'm gonna have to pick up some of that this weekend for sure. I've thought about buying like 5 or 6 rolls at a time, but honestly, it lasts so long. I don't really want to have a bunch of stuff sitting around that I don't need right away. And it's masking tape. It's not like it's hard to get or anything like. It's not like envelopes where I'd rather have like a couple thousand of those laying around if I have to, because they can be hard to get. The tape is not a big deal. Envelopes, if I'm at Walmart or I'm specifically make a run to Walmart for them, I buy whatever I can. I used to just buy a few boxes and try to leave some for others, but I go through so many now. Even if they have 10 boxes there, that doesn't really cover me that long. So I really need all 10 boxes. Such a weird thing to have a constant short supply of, but it's true. Alright, so that's the last thing here. We are done for today's video. Thanks again so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. And look forward to the next one. We'll see you again soon.